YouTube. Welcome back for another episode where we talk about personal finance and everything concerning personal finance. Before we continue the video, what I want you to do is hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Thank you so much. All right. The topic we're going to be talking about today is a big topic, and we've been talking about debt, which is a very good topic because personal finance has a lot to do with debt, a lot. But today we will kind of change the focus just a little bit. We're going to talk about how to invest. This is for mainly, people that just have got started. They want to invest, but they have been thinking about investing, but they have not received the information for them to do it properly, right? There's a couple things I want to talk about when it comes to investing. And when it comes to investing, you have to know where to put your money in, right? I know for federal employees, there's a TSP, right? That's the first one we want to talk about. And the TSP comes with a 5% match. And if you don't put nothing towards the in order to get the 5% match, you have to put 5% of your income into that TSP. And that's how you get the 5% match. But if you just put money into it, very small amount, that don't add up to 5% of your income, then you just get that 1%. In the TSP, there's multiple funds like the C fund, which is the S&P 500, covers the 500 biggest companies in the United States economy, from Apple to Tesla to Coca-Cola to NVIDIA. All these stocks are going to be in that C fund. Then you have the I fund. There's a whole bunch of different funds. You have your international, you have your S&P 500, you have your government securities. All these will be located in these different funds, and you can actually find this information by going on the TSP website, or you can get the number, the TSP, and call them directly, and they will tell you about this information. Right, so now you have the online information, and you have the telecommunications information where you go and call them on the telephone, and it would inform you over the telephone, right? So that's the TSP, and usually people put 15% of their income in the TSP, and how you sign up for the TSP is literally going on. If you're in the military, you go on your MyPay, and you set up your TSP. And if you add another federal job where there's a different technological process, then you will talk to the Human Resource Department, or you will talk to your supervisor, because most likely they have utilized it, right? So that is the proper way to go about that. You want to get the match. You want to continue to put, whatever is suitable for you in there. Experts say about 15% of your income. You're still paying towards your house, but some people put more in there because they have different goals and different objectives. But as we said in our previous videos, the first thing you want to do is become consumer debt free, because you do not want to be invested in an investment account, and then something happens, you have to take that money out, and then there's taxes, something called taxes, right? And that taxes come from the government. There's different kind of taxes that you can be charged for, like capital gains tax and all types of stuff, right? So you want to avoid that completely. And if you have a TSP account and you have took the money out before 59, there will be a tax of 10% or above, just to let you know, right? So we want to stay away from trying to take our money out of these accounts, because we want the accounts to grow. We want our monies to increase, right? Now we talked a little bit about the TSP, right? There's other accounts, right? It's not just the TSP, right? We have something called a 401k. That's another account, right? Now, before we talk about 401k, I have to tell you something, right? Before we move on to TSP to 401k, I do want to say that in the TSP, there's a $23,500 cap, right? That is the maximum amount of money you can put in there in one calendar year, which is 365 days, right? And after that, the money will be taxed, right? So there's a max or a cap of $23,500 that can go in that TSP account. And that's what makes it beautiful, because you can put that $23,500 into that account, you can watch it grow, and your money will increase, right? Now, there's another account called the 401k that is also a cap on that account of $23,500, right? And just like the TSP. And in that account, that 401k, there's also things that you can invest in. And this would differ from employer to employer, and it's going to differ from company to company. So make sure to talk to your human resource department or your supervisor or managers about your 401k, because each company have different things you can invest in. But it is always going to be that match, which is usually 3, 4, 5, or 6% when it comes to the 401k compared to the TSP, where there's only a 5% match. So for 401ks, what makes that kind of cool is that it can go above that 5%, it can go up to 6%. But some are lower and some are higher. It just depends on that employer and the company, right? So you can also invest in, government securities and all types of stuff in some of these 401k accounts, right? That's what makes it cool. All right. Now you have something called an IRA. IRA. Let's repeat that again. That way, because there's a lot of letters going around and numbers, and I want you to get confused, right? IRA. So IRA is something different. I would say this is not an employer pension or not an employer investment account, and this is not a federal employer investment account or federal employer pension account, right? This is totally different. So this IRA, which consists of Roth and traditional, just like the TSP, and just like 401k, and likewise the same with IRA, right? So that being said, the limit on this IRA is $7,500. Now you may be saying, man, what's the point of even trying to get an IRA if I only put in $7,500 into this particular account? Well, here's the beautiful thing about having an IRA is that when that employer account gets maxed out, $23,000, guess where else you can put your money at so it can't be taxed? The IRA, right? Now, if you put your money into the Roth, it will not be taxed. But if you put your money into traditional, as soon as you put that money into traditional account, it will be taxed. And if you decide to take that money out, it will be taken out tax-free because it's already taxed, right? But the Roth, if you take that money out and it's before 59, then it will be taxed, all right? So you can invest up to $7,500 in one calendar year into this particular IRA, right? It could be Roth or traditional. And you can invest in a lot of different things, man. You can invest in mutual funds. You can invest in stocks like Berkshire Hathaway Class A, Berkshire Hathaway Class B. You can invest in the S&P 500. You can invest in the NASDAQ 100. You can invest in the, Dow Industrial, right? You can invest in just about anything, right? You have so many options: government securities, corporate bonds, all these different types of stuff. It's a very diverse investments in that IRA. Very diverse investments, right? You can put your money in all types of stuff, right? But the first thing you have to do is always say is you have to get out of debt. You can't beat the system, man. I know we try to beat the system sometimes, but but we try to sometimes, but we cannot, right? Well, one important thing about personal finance is that a lot of it has to do with human behavior. And once you start trying to do things that just absolutely don't make sense, that's how you start to get off track, right? When you start to, spend your money on, things that you should not spend your money on, or investing before your debt is paid off, that is how you get in trouble. But hey, this is a little bit of information about beginning to invest, man. Have a great day. This is another episode talking about everything personal finance. Do not forget to hit the like button and smash that subscribe button. I am out. Have a good day.